The Laburnum Top. A Photograph is also from Hornbill. It is poem number 1. Then coming to the other book, Snapshot, chapter number 1, The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse. And chapter number 2 of Snapshots, The Address. That is your syllabus for the exam. Can anyone please repeat the entire syllabus? Manish? Manish, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I was only able to note the first 2 chapters you told, and then I was the voice was distorted.
Has everyone faced this problem, or have you got the list of the 6 chapters?
I got the list of
I
6
got the
chapters.
list.
Yeah, I got the list
I
of
got
6 chapters.
Can one of you please say the 6 chapters? Part?
Yes, ma'am.
Say the list of the 6 chapters.
Hornbill chapter 1, Portrait of a Lady. Hornbill chapter 2, We Are Not Afraid to Die. Poem 1, Photograph. Poem 2, Labyrinth Top. Then we have Snapshots chapter 1 and chapter 2.
Say the name of the chapter.
A Pair of Mustachios and The Lament.
No.
The Summer of the
The
Beautiful
Summer
White
of
Horse, The
Beautiful
Address.
Rockin' Horse
The
Window.
Address.
I'm sorry, what was the name of the first chapter? The Summer
The
of the
Summer of the Beautiful White Horse. And
The Address.
the other one
The
is
And the summer of what?
Sorry, ma'am, I was looking
Summer
at
of Beautiful White Horse.
The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse. And chapter 2 is The Address. So I am thinking you must have not got the the timetable for the exam.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am, not yet.
No, ma'am, not yet.
So the English paper is going to be on the 4th of August.
Ma'am, but they said that it would be delayed and would be taken in end of August.
I think that will be a very good thing to do, because otherwise we have too many chapters to complete. So if they postpone the exams to the last week of August or to the first week of September, that will be very good. So maybe
Yes.
that's why they have not shared the timetable and syllabus with you in the group, because maybe there are going to be some changes.
Ma'am, maths sir said that it will be mostly in end of August.
So that is good news for us. Would you like me? Are you going to be doing English somewhere else also, or only in the Zeal classes?
I'm only in Zeal.
Only
in
in
Zeal
the
class.
classes.
So you're the integrated batch, that means.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Would you like me to do the Summer of the Beautiful White Horse, or would you like me to do the Portrait of a Lady?
The Portrait
Ready
of
to
the
die.
Portrait of a Lady.
We are
Portrait.
not ready to die. Anything is
Okay,
fine.
Portrait
And
of a
let's
Lady.
finish with the stories first.
Okay,
We
Portrait of a
can
Lady.
go by order.
Okay, so the Portrait of a Lady. Anyone is aware? Any knowledge you have about this writer Khushwant Singh?
No, ma'am.
Okay, firstly, he's an Indian writer. Very few Indian writers have been included in your textbook. Khushwant Singh is one of them. His style of writing is very easy. It's as if someone is having a conversation with you. It's not very difficult words, difficult phrases, but it's a pleasant read. पढ़ के अच्छा लगता है, sort of thing, with Khushwant Singh. Now, in this chapter, the portrait of a lady, basically he is painting the picture of his grandmother through words. So it's a chapter which is telling us a lot about his grandmother, the kind of person that she was, the kind of relationship that he had with his grandmother, and how that relationship grew and evolved and changed as the phases of life in their lives changed. And that is why he calls portrait of a lady. Portrait means a painting, but here he is painting a picture through his words. Okay? So somewhere you note down these points in the textbook or in your rough book. Who would like to read the chapter?
Ma'am, I have a doubt. Like, as of now, we don't have the textbook, so we will
Okay.
use a soft copy. So, like for the notes and all, we should write in a notebook then. Because it is comfortable. If it's in the textbook, then it is convenient for us. We can underline and whatnot.
Yes.
Write it then and there. But right now, what shall we do?
Yes,
Ma'am,
Yes.
I have the hard copy.
We can order it on Amazon. It's available there.
it's not
Ma'am,
delivered.
I'm also having the hard copy.
Flipkart, it is available and deliverable also.
Ma'am, what is the name of the book?
Hornbill.
Hornbill
Hornbill and
and
snapshots.
Hornbill. I'm showing you the picture. If you want to take a screenshot. And the other book is Snapshots. Okay. I generally follow this scheme, and you will also be expected to do that. You create 2 English notebooks for yourself. Okay. One will be for literature and one will be for the written section. So the chapters that I discuss with you now, we will be underlining the words that we are discussing the meaning of. And you will make a list of word meanings in your English notebook, and it will be followed by the questions that we will discuss. Also, every chapter, some questions from my side will be given for practice. Written section means your composition section. The in the
Letter
written
writing.
section, descriptive writing, notice writing, posters, diary entry, article writing, all this is a part of the written section, the language part. Okay, and those students who are coming from the ICSE or SSE board in their 10th standard, please note that the CBSE format and the ICSE format very much differs from each other. So in the written section, what we are going to do in the other tuition book, the language tuition book that we are making, notebook that we are making, you will always write the topic. Suppose you write notice writing, and first page will be the format. We will discuss the format. I will send the format to you in the group, and you will note it down in your tuition, in your notebook. Okay. After that, you will leave 5 pages for practice. Because after I have done notice writing with you, I will not be giving you 5 questions for practice at one go. Correct? You have only one English paper. But in the English paper, it is split into 3 sections. Section A is your comprehension passage. Compulsory comprehension passage. Section B, that is the second section of the question paper, is your written section, in which you have notice writing, you have diary entry, article writing. Right now for your written section, I have the list of deleted topics. The CBSE board has sent a list of topics which are deleted for literature also and for the written section also. But from your college, I have still not received that what is going to be the syllabus for your written section. But I am in correspondence with them trying to get the written syllabus. Once we get that, what is the syllabus for your August exam, then we can start preparing you for that. Okay? So in your written notebook, the language notebook, you are going to write the topic, the format, and then you are going to leave 5 pages to do the practice. Why 5 pages? Because this same book, sorry, you will be having the same written topics for your 12th standard also, and so you will have the format and the practice in the same book. So make nice book which will last you through your 11th standard as well as your 12th standard. In the literature section, we will write the word meanings and the question answers. Comprehension passage, you can do it on a rough book. We don't need to keep a record of it because we will just practice that. I do not have too many details about kind of exam that is going to be held in the month of August for you. As and when I get those details, I will keep passing it on to you. Okay.
Can we make a long book?
Of course. Of course, you can make a long book. Who would like to read the chapter? Yes, Palak, you can read.
Should I start?
Yes, Palak, what are you saying?
Should I start?
Yes, Vika, please start.
My grandmother, like everybody's. Okay.
Ma'am, her background disturbance is very high.
Too high.
Yes, ma'am.
Palak? Palak?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, beta, read the chapter.
Yes, ma'am.
Palak, 1 minute. That noise is coming from your side?
Yes, ma'am.
Then
Yes, ma'am.
we will have to ask somebody else to read, please.
Shall I read?
Yes, Aryan.
My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband. But that was hard to believe. My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. He wore a big turban and loose-fitting clothes. His long and white beard covered the best part of his chest, and he looked at least 100 years old. He did not look the sort of person who would have a wife or children. He looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. She often told us of the games she used to play as a child. That seemed quite absurd and undignified on her part, and we treated it like the fables of the prophets she used to tell us.
Okay, Aryan, thank you so much. Now, if you look at the paragraph, he is telling us about his opinion about his grandmother. Also, what we get to know, you need to write down this word, that this chapter is written in the autobiographical style of writing. Anybody who knows what's an autobiography?
The biography written by someone else.
The story of a person's life written by the person himself or herself.
Exactly. If you write the story of your own life, then you are writing your autobiography. If you ask somebody else to write a story of your life, then that would be a biography, not an autobiography. Now, since this story, the I or the my is the writer himself, he's telling us something about his own life. Then when you adopt this method of telling the story, then it is an autobiographical style of writing. So please note that down somewhere, that this chapter is written in the autobiographical style.
Ma'am, but this the writer is describing his grandmother, right? So shouldn't it be a biographical because it's to someone else? It's not his own life.
The uh, the the criteria for labeling a writing as autobiographical is based on the fact whether the I in the passage is the author himself. The narrator and the author, if they are the same people, then it is an autobiographical. It may be about anyone. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So since the literature way of saying it is, since the author is the protagonist of the story, it's an autobiography. He's telling about his life. So we need to put a box on the word 20 years. If you don't have a book, then if you don't have a textbook, then just you can mention it somewhere in your rough book. And tomorrow onwards, you should have a proper separate book, which is for English. You need to know that since 20 years, he has seen his grandmother as a old person.
Ma'am, can you send the
Then
notes after this class?
send the notes, matlab?
Matlab textbook mein if you have like written some sort of points and that, then the scanned copy of the textbook of the one.
Yeah, but ma'am is not
Instead
making
of
any
doing
notes.
that, no, Rajat, instead of doing that, what I need you to do is, I need you to sit with a pencil and either you have your textbook in front of you or you have a soft copy and you have a rough book in front of you and you are jotting down these points.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, because it makes a lot of difference when you have points that you have written down while I am talking, while the other children are talking, we are discussing something. You find something interesting about this chapter, something that is important from the exam point of view, you make a note in your rough book and do this for all the subjects. It will help you lots. Okay, just in point form, the word meanings and the points that we are discussing. We have already discussed the meaning of the word portrait. It means a picture that has been painted. Are you aware about the meaning of the word wrinkled? What is the meaning of the word wrinkled? Anybody?
A person who has a
My grandmother
wrinkled face, who has a wrinkles on
yeah, so
face.
yeah, so you are using
So
it
which
in a
symbolizes
phrase.
old.
So
Ma'am,
wrinkled,
slight
wrinkled,
folds.
yes. So wrinkled means folds and lines on the skin which are formed due to age. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband, but that was hard to believe. What is the meaning of the phrase hard to believe? When something is hard to believe, what does that mean?
It contradicts with your like. It
Possibly
contradicts with
appears
what you
untrue.
think.
It's just that
Hard to believe means something that you find difficult to accept.
unbelievable, something you feel.
Unbelievable. Hard to believe means something that you find difficult to accept. So since he has known his grandmother only as an old person, it is becoming difficult for him to imagine as a child. He's a child when he's telling this about a period when he's a child. So as a child, it is difficult for him to imagine that his grandmother had also been young once upon a time. She had also been pretty. She also has a husband. She also had been a kid once upon a time, because as a child he has only known her as an old lady. So he imagines his grandfather also as a person who he says could not imagine him having children, could imagine only him having grandchildren. So Khushwant Singh as a child is not able to imagine that his grandparents were also young once upon a time. Correct? My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece. What is a mantelpiece? In the foreign countries, you have a fireplace. You have a place inside the wall which is caved in, and you have a stack of woods over there so that you can light it up to warm the room. These are times when we did not have air conditioners and heaters. This was the method used to heat up the house. Now, on top of this stack of wood, there used to be a wall, a stone wall, because you cannot have wood there, a stone wall. So this stone wall that was created to protect the fireplace, a sort of table was created on top, correct? When you have a wall like this to cover the mantelpiece. So a kind of thin, narrow table is created on top. That is known as the mantelpiece. So for mantelpiece, you can write the meaning, the thin table on top of the fireplace. Since every lavish house had a fireplace in the house, so every rich man had a mantelpiece in his house. And that would become the place to highlight the most important aspect of your house. The most expensive decorative piece would be kept there. And generally on top of the mantelpiece used to be a nice painting. This was the generally setup of the houses. So here above the mantelpiece is whose picture?
Author's
Grandfathers.
Very good. Very good. The picture of the grandfather. Now he further goes on to describe his grandfather. If a question is asked on the description of the grandfather, you are getting your answer from here. So he says, my grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. Drawing room is the hall of the house. He wore a big turban. Turban because Khushwant Singh is a Sardarji. He's a Sikh by religion. So as you must be aware that the Sikhs wear turban on their head. So of course his grandfather is also going to be wearing a turban. So he wore a big turban. Everybody knows what is a turban?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The head
Yes,
here,
ma'am.
it's like a long piece of cloth, almost like a dupatta, and then it is wrapped around the head. That is a turban. In Hindi, it is called a pagdi. He wore a big turban and loose-fitting clothes. His long white beard covered the best part of his chest. Now, this phrase, the best part of his chest, the best part does not mean the achhe wala part. It is not the superlative degree of good. The best part of his chest means the majority of the area of his chest. The best part is not a qualitative adjective, but it is a phrase which is a quantitative adjective. It describes that more than half, nearly 3/4 of the area. So then we say the best part of. Getting it? The best part of his chest, and he looked at least 100 years old. Now this is a child's imagination because he's seeing his grandfather dressed up like this and looking like this. That's why he's thinking that he's more than 100 years old. He's not really more than 100 years old, but a child imagines like that. He did not look the sort of person. What is the meaning of the word sort?
Type.
Type of person.
Like
Type. Type. To underline sort and write type. So he did not look the kind of person, the type of person who would have a wife or children. Because he had only seen him in photographs and because he had only seen him with a long white beard, this child is not able to imagine that this man could have been young and could have had a wife and children also. He looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. The thought was revolting means it was very difficult to accept. It was almost annoying. Revolting means you want to revolt against it. You want to protest against it. Yes, unfathomable. She often told us of the games she used to play as a child. That seemed quite absurd. What is the meaning of the word absurd?
Weird.
Weird.
Weird,
It's kinda
strange, and undignified. What is the meaning of the word undignified?
no reason. With no reason.
No. Undignified does not mean no reason. No. Undignified means
Like without
no,
respect.
Not satisfactory.
means disrespectful. With no respect, Tanisha is right. Undignified means disrespectful. So the thought that his grandmother would play games was something that in his mind was, oh my God, how can you do this kind of thing? You know, it was absurd and undignified on her part. And we treated it, we the kids, treated it like the fables of the prophets. Fables, what are fables?
Stories.
Short stories.
What is so
Fairy tales.
peculiar about these short stories?
Stories.
Yes, exactly. They are fairy tales.
Fantasy type of thing.
They are short, fictitious stories. Fables are short, fictitious stories. And one more peculiarity about the fables is that they are generally having a moral story. They have a moral. So fables are short, fictitious, moral stories. Okay? Fables of the prophets. What is the meaning of the word prophets?
Ma'am, they are like priests.
Saints,
Gods.
Priests.
So just like she used to tell us the stories about fables and saints, and we used to think that did this really happen or no? Similarly, when she used to tell us about her childhood, again we used to have the same thought, did this really happen or not? Okay? Now somebody read the first paragraph again, then we will go to the next paragraph. Who would like to read? Nutan?
Ma'am, should I read?
Okay, Charuvi?
Yeah. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband, but that was hard to believe. My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. He wore a big turban and loose-fitting clothes. His long, white beard covered the best part of his chest, and he looked at least 100 years old. He did not look the sort of person who would have a wife or children. He looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. She often told us of the games she used to play as a child. That seemed quite absurd and undignified on her part, and we treated it like the fables of the prophets she used.
Okay, Charuvi's mic has gone. Now we are moving on to the second paragraph. She had always been short and fat and slightly bent. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles, running from everywhere to everywhere. So you see, Khushwant Singh's style of writing is so nice. Instead of saying that her face is just full of wrinkles, he says her face was a crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere to everywhere. So you see, he has a nice way of putting things. No, we were certain she had always been as we had known her, old, so terribly old, that she could not have grown older, and had stayed at the same age for 20 years. She could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. She hobbled about the house in spotless white, with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stoop, and the other telling the beads of her rosary. So, in describing his grandmother, he's talking about her being old, she being full of wrinkles. Then he is also saying that she hobbled. What is the meaning of the word hobbled?
Walking weirdly.
Awkward
Mostly
walk.
because of her injury.
Over here, it is a slow walk because of pain due to old age. So write the meaning somewhere, because for homework you have to put it in the notebook. Slow walk because of pain due to old age. Have you finished writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Now she hobbled about the house in spotless white. What is the meaning of spotless?
Clear.
Clean.
Clear.
Clean.
Absolutely
Completely
clean.
clean.
Absolutely clean. No spots or dots or marks on it. So she used to wear only white clothes, with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stoop. What is a stoop?
Bending forward.
Bent or arched back.
Very good.
Bent part
Very
of the
good. And
body.
arched back. Balance her stoop, and the other telling the beads of her rosary. What is a rosary? A rosary is a necklace which has these kind of big sized beads, and old ladies have this mala in their hand, the necklace, and with one bead they say the name of God. A jap ki mala.
Yes, ma'am.
That is a rosary.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
brown color one, right?
ब्राउन किसी का व्हाइट होता है, किसी का रुद्राक्ष होता है, किसी का पर्ल्स होता है. So ऐसे it's not necessary. And then after a whole circle over here, you have an extension of 2-3 beads so that they can count. Does anyone know that ideally a rosary has how many beads?
108.
108.
108.
108. Okay. So sometimes it will be 108, sometimes it will be half of 108, so that you
54.
know that 54. So you know that you have done 54 and you have done 54, because there is something about this 108. You're supposed to take the name of God 108 times, multiples of 108 times.
Because there are 108 names of Lord Shiva.
Of Lord Shiva, yes. So now she is, the other hand is telling the beads of her rosary. Telling the beads of her rosary means she's saying the name of God. You need to underline this phrase and write the meaning in your notebook. Telling the beads of her rosary means saying, reciting the name of God. Her silver locks were scattered untidily. Silver locks. What are the locks? Silver locks.
Like the hair on the side of the face.
Exactly. Her grey hair. Locks are hair. So silver because she's old and the hair have become grey. So this is again for your word meaning. Her silver locks were scattered untidily over her pale, puckered face. What is the meaning of the word pale?
Like
Lifeless.
Yellowish.
Lifeless and
Bright.
washed in.
Now here, because we are talking about a face, because pale generally means off-white in color, but since we are talking about a face, then pale
Inactive.
means a face that is not pink. It doesn't have the youthful pinkness on the face. That's why it's a pale face. An old person or an ill person will have a complexion that is pale. almost colorless. Now, what is the meaning of the word puckered?
Wrinkled.
Wrinkled. Very good. So he is saying that her silver locks were scattered untidily over her pale and puckered face, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. What is the meaning of the word constantly?
Repeatedly.
Without stopping.
All the time.
Continuously.
Continuously is without stopping, but constantly is all the time.
Persistently.
Persistent. Constantly moved in inaudible prayer. What is the meaning of the word inaudible?
Something which cannot be heard.
Not able to hear.
Cannot be heard.
Very low sounding.
No, not murmuring. Not murmuring. Inaudible means that which cannot be heard. The opposite of inaudible is audible, that which can be heard. And inaudible means that which cannot be heard. So, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. Yes, she was beautiful. She was like the winter landscape in the mountains, an expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment. What is the meaning of the word serenity?
Purity.
Calm and
and
peaceful.
peaceful.
Pure and innocent.
Yes. And what is the meaning of the word contentment?
Satisfaction.
Satisfied.
Exactly. Exactly. Who would like to read?
Ma'am,
This same paragraph which I have read, from the previous page, she had always been short and fat.
Rukna.
Who would like to read?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes, Umesh?
Ma'am, what's the meaning of that she could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful?
So, he's saying that pretty as we understand, it is difficult for the child to understand that, imagine that his grandmother also could have been a pretty young lady. Okay. But then after describing how she looks right now, he's saying that she always looked beautiful. Beautiful in the sense here he means the grace that an old lady has. That she wore spotless white, that she's praying all the time. She has a dignity to her. So in that sense, beautiful.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
The inner beauty, you can call it.
Yes.
Who would like to read this paragraph that we have just finished discussing? Palak, you already read once, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Umesh, switch off your microphone. Who would like to read?
Ma'am, me.
Yes, Aditya, please read.
She had always been short and fat and slightly bent. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere to everywhere. No, we were certain she had always been as we had known her. Old.
Turn off your microphone.
Old, so terribly old, that she could not have grown older, and had stayed at the same age for 20 years. She could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. She hobbled about the house in spotless white, with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stoop, and the other telling the beads of her rosary. Her silver locks were scattered untidily over her pale, puckered face, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. Yes, she was beautiful. She was like the winter landscape in the mountains, an expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment.
Okay, very good. Now we are moving on to the next paragraph. My grandmother and I were good friends. My parents left me with her when they went to live in the city, and we were constantly together. Who is this we who were constantly together? We were constantly together.
The narrator.
Mother and the grandmother.
Grandmother and and the author.
Kushwant Singh. So Kushwant Singh has been left back with his grandmother, perhaps in the village, and his parents have moved to the city. So he is constantly, all the time, with his grandmother. She used to wake me up in the morning and get me ready for school. She said her morning prayer in a monotonous sing song while she bathed and dressed me. What is monotonous?
In the same tone.
The same tone. So
Repetitive.
it is something that is repetitive and boring. Yes.
Single tone.
She said her morning prayer in a monotonous sing song while she bathed and dressed me in the hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. Get to know it by heart. What does the it stand for?
Prayer.
Prayers.
So while giving, correct. So while giving him a bath, she is reciting the prayer loudly in the hope that he will memorize the prayer. Then she would fetch my wooden slate. What is the meaning of the word fetch? Bring or get.
Grab.
My wooden slate. Now in those days there weren't book and paper and pencil that they carried to school. They would carry a slate. A slate was nothing but like a mini blackboard. A small blackboard with a wooden boundary. The kids used to carry that to school along with chalk. So they would do their written work on the slate. After a break, then she would fetch my wooden slate, which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk. So you were required to wash the slate and you were required to plaster it, put a layer of yellow chalk so that writing on it will be easier. So she had kept his slate ready. She had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk, a tiny earthen ink pot, and a red pen. Tie them all in a bundle and hand it to me. So she used to do all this in the morning before taking him to school. After a breakfast of thick, stale chapati, what is the meaning of stale?
Rotten.
Not fresh.
Not fresh.
Previous days.
Old, rotten.
Yeah, so it's not as if she would search for a chapati that has gone bad and then give him that for breakfast. She's not his stepmother, but simply that it was the previous day's chapatis. She would not make chapatis in the morning. She would give him the leftover chapatis of the previous night. That's why he's calling it stale chapati with a little butter and sugar spread on it. We went to school. So she would wake him up, bathe him. While bathing him, she would recite the prayers. She would give him his chalk and slate. She would give him his breakfast, which consisted of chapati and butter and sugar. And then both of them would go to school. She carried several stale chapatis with her for the village dogs. She would take a lot of other leftover. She would carry a lot of leftover chapatis from the previous day to feed the dogs on the way to the school. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
So in this paragraph, we have got 3 words for word meaning for our notebook. One is monotonous, one is fetch, and another one is stale. Who would like to read this paragraph for the class? My grandmother and I were good friends.
Can I?
Yes, Parth, please read.
My grandmother and I were good friends. My parents left me with her when they were to live in the city. We were constantly together. She used to wake me up in the morning and get me ready for school. She said her morning prayer in a monotonous sing song while she bathed and dressed me in the hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. I listened because I loved her voice but never bothered to learn it. Then she would love Then she would fetch my wooden slate which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk, a tiny earthen ink pot, and a red pen, tie them all in a bundle and hand it to me. After a breakfast of a thick stale chapati with a little butter and sugar spread on it, we went to school. She carried several stale chapatis with her for the village dogs.
Very good, Parth. Shall we proceed to the next paragraph then? My
Yes, ma'am.
grandmother.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
What time is our lecture going to get over today?
1:45.
1:45.
45.
So it is only now 10 minutes, 5 minutes only left now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
Ma'am, we
then
can finish
we-
another paragraph.
No, then we should stop today over here, because what I need to discuss with you is what is the homework that you have for tomorrow or whenever we have the next class. How many word meanings have we accumulated?
Ma'am, about 10.
Around 10 word
8 or
meanings.
9.
Because no, in the previous page we have around 7 and over here we have around 5. So it will go up to nearly 12 words.
12.
Yes, ma'am.
So in your notebook, you are going to make an index. You will write the name of the chapter. You will write the page numbers on each page of the book. You will write the page number for the new chapter that you have started. You will write your word meanings.
Surely, I have
After writing,
already written the meanings along with the chapter on the notebook. In the notebook.
no problem. You've written it in the textbook, no?
No notebook, because
No,
I
in the
don't have a
notebook. We don't have a textbook, so I also did the same thing. While you are narrating, I wrote it.
Okay, so you have already written, na? Then what's the problem? But all I'm saying is, after you have made this list of whatever you have, 9 words or 13 words or 15 words, it differs from child to child. Then you have your list of word meanings. After that, you don't start writing question on the next line. You leave around 1.5 page for more word meanings to come. Okay. And after that, if you come to page number page number 7. Page number 7, working with words. Notice the following uses of the word tell in the text. Have you found that question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Who
ma'am.
would like to read it? Tanishka, read the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Her fingers were busy telling the beads of her rosary. I would tell her English words and little things of Western science and learning. At her age, one could never tell. She told us that her end was near.
Very good. So we have read these 4 sentences. Now you come to page number 8. Tanishka, read.
Ma'am, which one?
Given below are 4 different senses. Given
Okay,
below.
make something known to someone in spoken or written words. Count while reciting. Be sure. Give information to somebody.
Very good. Now these have been numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. Firstly, children, cut 1, 2, 3, 4 and make it ABCD. And now what you have to do is, you have to match the 1, 2, 3, 4 on page number 7 to the ABCD on page number 8. So this is one homework. You have word meanings around 13 that you have to write, and you have page number 7, working with words. You have to do this in your English notebook. Now, apart from that, you come to page number 8, question number 2. Notice the different senses of the word take. Tanishka, read.
Ma'am, 1 minute.
Okay, Charuria, read.
To take to something, to begin to do something as a habit, to take ill, to suddenly become ill. Locate these phrases in the text and notice the way they are used.
Okay, we are not going to locate these phrases in the textbook, but we are going to use these two phrases as make sentences. So to take to something means to begin to do something as a habit. Can anyone frame a sentence with this? To take to something. Can anyone frame a sentence with this?
He took to drugs and ended up in rehab.
Come again?
He took to drugs and ended up in rehab.
Oh, he took to drugs and ended up in a rehab. Children, I hate negative sentences, okay? Let's have some positive sentences. During the lockdown, she has taken cooking as her favorite pastime. Things like that. So यहाँ पे जो something है ना, that is going to be replaced by some activity. To take to something. My grandfather has really taken to gardening to pass his time during the lockdown. No, something like that. Okay. And you are going to avoid making sentences with the pronoun I. That is for second standard students. You will not make any sentences with I. Similarly, you have to frame a sentence of to take ill. That means to suddenly become ill. So for homework, you have make sentences, you have question that is about that 1, 2, 3, 4 and ABCD matching, and you have these two phrases that you have to do as make sentences.
Ma'am,
Now
so
the
for
next
this,
homework,
firstly we'll leave
no,
a
that's
page,
not
no?
the end of your homework. There is
No,
more
no, no.
homework.
Firstly, we'll leave 1 to 2 pages for the meaning, and then we'll
Yes,
start the homework.
exactly, exactly. Now, who would like to read question number 3 on page number 8? The word hobble.
I would
Hello,
like
ma'am.
to.
Abhin, can you read?
Yes, ma'am. The word hobble means to walk with difficulty because the legs and the feet are in bad condition. Tick the words in the box below that also refer to a manner of walking.
Okay. Now to
The
do
words are
this exercise, you will need a dictionary because the words haggle, wriggle, shuffle, paddle, stride, swagger, ride, trudge, waddle, slog. You will have to see the meanings of these words from the dictionary. You will make a list. You will write the word, you'll put a dash and write the meaning as you see in the dictionary. And then after you have finished doing that, you will put a tick or a cross against the word depending on whether it has anything to do with a style of walking. Okay? That is your homework. So you have 3 questions. 2 make sentences is incorporated in that 3 questions itself. So you have 3 questions and you have around 10 word meanings. Are you clear about your homework?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Do we need to send you the homework in a PDF file?
Yes, you can do that. My WhatsApp number is there in the group. I'm Ritu teacher. So you can click a pic of what you have done in your notebook and you can simply forward it to me. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Any
ma'am.
doubts about the question?
No, ma'am.
Are you
ma'am.
clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Huh? So we will see when we have our next meeting, and by then you do the homework. You try to read the chapter so that you know what we are looking at. It's a very simple, sweet, nice chapter. And I'll see you in the next class.
bye,
Some of
ma'am.
you are
Thank you,
asking
ma'am.
Thank
whether
you,
you
ma'am.
can make. Some of you are asking whether you can make a summary of the chapter. Definitely, you can make a summary of the chapter and write it in your notebook. But that is up to you. That is not homework coming from my side. I expect you to do the question answers and write the word meanings. If you want to write the summary of the chapter, you can do that. Anything extra you want to do, definitely you can do. The deadline for the homework is simply that it should be submitted before the next class. Whenever we have the next class, before that your homework should be done and submitted.
Now it's next week, I think so, Wednesday, right? Wednesday or Monday.
I don't have the entire week's timetable, so I don't know when is our next class. Whether they have kept it only once a week or whether they've kept it twice a week, I'm not sure. I have not been sent the homework for the entire week.
It's only once a week.
Once a week.
Only once a week. Every Wednesday we are meeting only.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Monday or Wednesday.
Might be Monday or Wednesday.
Why are you saying might be Monday or Wednesday?
Because timetables are not fixed usually.
Other than Monday and Wednesday, all the days we have JE lectures.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 2 days we have college lectures.
And these 2 days are only one.
Okay. Somebody is asking for my mobile number, so I will just tell you my mobile number. If you want to write it, please write it.
Ma'am,
It is there on the
put a
WhatsApp group, right?
hi on the group, I integrated group. Just type
You don't
hi.
want to write it just now?
Ma'am, we'll write it now.
Yes, ma'am. Can you write it now?
Better na. 99 870 39 557. Even if you put your homework on the group itself, it's okay. You can do that. You don't have to send me on my personal. You can put it in the group.
Ma'am, group
Just
will
say
be
English
fully
homework.
cluttered. Ma'am, group will be fully.
Yeah, it will get a it will be lot of cluttering. In another group, the chemistry teacher had given homework to write the symbols or something, and I spent the entire day only deleting that from the group. Okay, so you send it on my personal.
Can you send the homework?
Yes, you can do that. Yes, you can do that. What are you asking?
Can you repeat the number?
99870 395 Okay, shall we end the class then? Thank you, class. It was nice fun.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hello.
लीव करना है क्या?
बस बुक नहीं कर कोई ग्रुप में होमवर्क भेज सकते हैं क्या?